cake. Yeah.
Oh, we are live. So
Oh,
Yay!
this might be this might be very abbreviated, but yeah. So we're live. It's GenCon 2020. We don't have a game right this second.
we might, depending.
We might. Maybe we'll see. For some people who like the D&D, so yeah, I don't really know what I was going to talk about. I just decided to start streaming. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about? Any games you want to talk? I mean, you guys have been talking about D&D for like...
Yeah, we're going to talk about motherfucking Shadow the Demon Lord, Aki.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, we've got Godless coming up. That's going to be good. I'm very much looking forward to that. Very classic post-apocalypse, but with magic instead of just guns and oil. It's really quite cool. I mean, you guys will have a ton of stuff you'll be able to do. It's going to be a fairly open campaign, so...
Like what?
Oh, I'm interested. I don't want to give too much away, though, because it hasn't even started yet. I've got a lot of shit planned, but, I mean, you'll be adventuring across the wastelands of, what once was Utah, and now the Salt Lake.
So basically a wasteland anyway, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. You get the general idea.
It's filled with Mormons. No offense to Mormons.
But of course, it's not just like normal post-apocalypse. This is Shadow of the Demon Lord, so there's dimensional rifts and aliens and demons and stuff trying to just make everything suck. So.
Nice. Hey, Danish. We're doing a until maybe D&D. We're doing like a YouTube live thing. So, hooray!
Me and Sim will just stay here. You guys can play your D&D.
Play your D&D, which is amazing. If you haven't watched D&D, watch it. It's great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, need 2 episodes. 2 episodes behind on that one.
Yeah, I know. There were a lot behind.
What else? There are several new games, Matt. You're gonna start a new City of Mist game, right? So.
Yeah, we're going with the new City of Mist game. Before we were just doing, because I really just wanted to run like a super like hero vigilante kind of thing, and I'm like, yeah, let's do City of Mist. Or I think someone suggested City of Mist, might be Ted. It's like this one. And I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, fuck the lore. Like we're just gonna do fucking superheroes. Then I'm like reading it, and I'm like, oh, this is actually great. So we're actually running a City of Mist game. Yeah, with kind of all the City of Mist rules and a lot of the stuff that they've included. And they've released a new book, or they're going to be in September, called Shadows and Showdowns, which is really cool. They've added a lot of new stuff to kind of the City of Mist game itself. And I haven't read through that book yet, but I read through the player's handbook and the manual and everything.
It's a big book, right?
Yeah, it's also split into... 2 different sections. Basically, there's what is there? So there's like a player's handbook, and then there's the MC or Master Ceremonies toolkit. You can get them separately, or you can get them together. Sponsor us, but it's time to type to them and be like, "Hey, sponsor us." No, I will say like the game. It's one of my favorites for sure. In terms of system, so far that I've run.
They release a lot of free stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what are they just NPCs or what are they usually? I mean, there's a lot of free stuff in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of NPCs that they release. Like they had Excalibur that they released, like the Rift of Excalibur, pretty much. And yay, Debbie! Oh my God, your hair's so long. You look so mad. You look so angry.
Oh, there he is! Oh, he looks so angry.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, we don't hear you.
You're not hear the boy.
Hello.
Hey!
Hello. Sorry.
How do I get I can't see any of you.
No?
You gotta click on, if you don't have the actual thing in Discord expanded, like you have to click on the little...
Yeah,
do you see like a little picture of Ted or I, basically? Hovering
it's like
somewhere.
A thumbnail somewhere.
Just go to the voice chat and click the main voice chat thing. It should pop.
Yeah.
Or double click the picture.
Yeah, that too.
But a lot of the stuff that they release, I think it's mostly just characters, but they're pretty much releasing almost page by page all of their new stuff if you like kickstart it or if you even get it on their website. So I've got like the Shadows and Showdowns book right now. It's not even out yet, and there's like over 200 pages available.
Nice.
It's pretty great. Yeah.
Awesome.
They're doing a good job. I think some of their stuff, I think they're lagging a little bit behind, but they've got like 2 modules at least on Roll20 now for games and whatnot, and they're pretty well structured. And I just enjoy, in terms of like a mystery game, how they've laid everything out and how they tell you to structure, your cases and whatnot and how to write them. That way, your players hopefully don't feel like they're railroaded, but as a GM, you both have enough backstory to make up things, and also your players have a clear line of where they're supposed to go next instead of just fumbling around being like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So, which is very nice as a GM. It's good.
It's a really fun system. Very improv based, I feel, with
Aren't all
the way a
games
lot of
improv?
games are. Go ahead.
I'd say aren't all games improv based?
I guess so, yeah. I guess so. I mean, that one especially, right? Because like most systems, you have like D&D, right? You have your spell, you cast your spell. Okay, that's the spell, right? But masks, it's like, okay, well, like the character I'm working on is going to be based on the Last Airbender, the Avatar, right? Not Aang or anything in particular, just the whole concept, right? So working out what you can actually do with some of the spells is a little bit more interesting, right? When it's like, okay, either I have, say, Armor of Agathis, right, in D&D, just boom, I have magical armor now. With Mist, City of Mist, I mean, it's fucking anything. It's like, okay, I went with waterbending. It's like, okay, anything I can think of on the spot is like doable, like within reason. So it opens up a lot more opportunity for creative decisions.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. In terms of new games, I think those are the 2, Shadow of the Demon Lord and City of Mist. I think they're the main ones that we have coming out in terms of new stuff. Though, after I think this month, once Chaos is wrapped up, Rogue's running. Rogue is also going to be running Demon Gate again. Also being the both Chaos and Demon Gate being the game that he wrote, and you can find it on Drive-Thru RPG, of course. I feel like that one's technically sponsored because he just runs for us.
It might be.
So it's like unpaid sponsorship. It's great. Just saying, you should get it. It's fun.
I think that's about it, really. That I can think of, at least.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Got the one-shot coming. I think we've got some more one-shots in the works as well. I know I have the Cannibal Raiders one-shot for Godless as the prelude coming up.
Yeah, I have a Star Trek Adventures, the Klingon core book one-shot.
Nice.
Sweet.
So.
I mean, who doesn't want to be a Klingon? I don't know a lot of people, but I know a few people who actually learned Klingon. And one of my exes, his parents, I think like once a month before COVID, they used to do Klingon karaoke and host it. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I never went, but I'm like, that sounds fun. Have fun, guys.
Sounds like a time to be had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Does anybody else have anything to talk about besides new games?
Sim, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, Sim.
Yeah, it's him.
Timothy, we missed you. We love you.
You changed your orange avatar with a black avatar.
Oh.
Yeah, again, it's a picture of a picture. So it's no longer the orange diabetes. It's now the black and white diabetes.
Nice.
You know,
You need to make your picture Wilford Brimley then. Or Willard. Willard? Is it Willard? It's Willard, I think, right?
no, it's Wilford.
It's Wilford? Okay.
Yeah, Quick Roads guy.
Yeah. I'll know him from Cocoon. That's all I remember.
He was in a few things. Cocoon. He had a TV show. He had 2 TV shows, I believe, and I don't remember the name of them, but he's pretty prolific in his career. But Cocoon is his main one that I remember him from as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else?
Oh man.
There was my sad attempt.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I guess something, if we're looking for things to talk about, stuff that we've been doing that's no way related to the servers. We've been playing Minecraft. That's very disapproving. We started a
It's
channel.
true.
I just hate the fucking game, man. I have to play with my 4.5-year-old, and I hate it. I hate it.
I feel like that's a very different situation to be in than playing it normally.
Even if I play it normally, I'm just like,
Yeah, fair.
I can't see anything. Like in survival mode, I just yell about how I can't see at night. It sucks.
Oh man.
Well, you gotta make torches, right?
How do you do? I don't know how to do anything.
Oh my god. Okay, you need to play and then we'll just teach you. Be like, it's okay, father. We'll lead you through this.
Yeah,
First things first, you go punch a tree.
yeah, I know that
Agree,
part.
yeah.
Knows how to play.
I know
Knows
the.
how to play. Yes, the
I could just fucking imagine Tet in VR Minecraft. It would be such an event, yeah. Oh,
good.
There's a VR Minecraft. Is that a thing?
there
Yeah.
is a legit a VR Minecraft.
Really?
So, what, like when you put down blocks, or you just like go like this?
I don't know.
Literally. Like, you point at the spot and put down the block where you want it. Like, you swing your fucking arm to mine. It's insane. I can't believe it.
You,
Hey,
like,
Buff.
give
Boy.
yourself.
What's up?
Dude, how about should we do
So-
DD?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Get out of me
Oh.
and Sim's voice
Yeah, you fucking
video
guys
chat.
enjoy yourself. You guys video chat with each other and,
That's
slide
fine.
into each other's
Good.
DMs.
Well, we were before this.
Look at your new setup there, Matt.
No. I got a ladder for, escalating arguments for climbing higher. I've got an
Amazing.
ironing board to straighten out you fucks. And I've got a fan because it's my only one. So I've started an OnlyFans. I hope you guys can sponsor me.
for fuck's sake.
What's the brand?
Uh,
This
The
fan is a
brand is. Yeah, I'm just gonna take pictures behind a fan. That's gonna be good.
influencer.
Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be B&B themed everything. I'm gonna dress up like Tarek. Sexy Tarek. Have the helmet.
Sure.
I need to do that now. It'll be great.
You always wear protection, so.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
it's okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna switch over to the other thing. Have fun speaking about stuff. Bye.
Dun dun
It
dun.
was nice hearing your voice, Sim.
Yes, Demi. Yes.
But not here in
That's
mine.
yours as well.
The place
Dickhead.
where D&D happens.
When you gonna get back in regs?
One day. Not today. Not tomorrow, but one day.
That's rough. That's rough. I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Later.
Yeah, bye. They're playing a late night game of D&D. Wow. I guess you can't be perfect. Right? I guess you can't
Hey.
be perfect.
I give the people what they want.
Okay.
If they want cheeseburgers, I serve cheeseburgers.
More like
they
White
wanna-
Castles. White
if they
Castles.
want a fillet, I'll serve a fillet.
Mhm.
Next month, I have 3 hearty meals
Yes.
planned. So
Sushi.
All right, folks.
Sushi.
yes, sushi. All right, bye.
But, well, it's just us again. Now we're
Wow,
live. We went from the DMs to the live section, so.
officially moved over. Let me polish my nails on my shirt real fast.
You look good. You look really good down there. Let me tell you.
Oh no, I'm
Really
down.
quite
No, no.
Yeah, you're below. You're the bottom, man. Sorry.
On the bottom.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh well. Oh goodness. So yeah, so
I'm fucking deliriously tired.
GenCon will do that to you.
Yeah, I ran one Gen Con game. I was gonna run two. The one tonight got canceled just because of some real life bull crap. But yesterday was pretty good. That's not bad.
Yeah, seeing the herd. Who was the standout in it?
Everybody did good. We Wanderer played as well, so that was good. We did like a Viking type of game. I've run it in real life with Ghost before. For him, a version of it. It was pretty good. It was really long. It lasted 4 hours, and I had to cut some stuff out. So yeah, it's a little long, but I think the longest game I've ever run is 4.5 hours. That was like when those Dark Heresy games when I first started would take forever. But yeah, it was not bad. I was pleased. Good role play from the people who attended. So
Well, that's good. I mean, you would hope so. They're all going to a role playing con, right?
yeah,
Hopefully
but
something out of it.
it depends on what your version of role playing is, right? I mean, there's one person who just sat there and didn't say anything, too. So I didn't let it bother me. I just continued on with the people who were actually engaged in playing, and
Yeah, I mean, people get shy. I've been there. I think everybody. But hey, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. But yeah, I'm glad it went good. I mean, everybody seemed to get the system good and everything like that.
no, I mean, it's just so different from any popular game, at least. Like it's very different than something like D&D or So if you're not really in that mindset, it's just the combat is just solely different, right? But so I think it took like 2 hours for a pretty small fight. There was 5 of them, so there's a lot of PCs involved, but they're only fighting like 2 mobs and 1 NPC, and it took 2 hours. So there were some technical issues too. There's a couple people I don't think had ever used Roll20 before, so that happened.
There's a tad learning curve there. I heard somebody was sharing too.
I mean, somebody was sharing a laptop. I think I'm not sure. Anyway, they were having PC issues and stuff. So whatever. But yeah, Roll20. I mean, I guess I'll just air the airing of the grievances. Okay. Roll20 these days is just bugging the shit out of me because I like Roll20. Okay, as a platform, it's fine. It's very flexible. They can do a lot of things. Support is awful. I have a game that anytime you edit a character sheet, it doesn't save. And when I mean edit, I mean when you hit the edit button. Not when you just go in the character sheet and hit something, But anytime you go and do the edit, which you could do your bio, you can, add players to see it in the journal and edit. So that's the problem. I had to cancel a whole session because of it, because basically I could not edit a character sheet to give myself sight. So I could not do like a dual screen recording. Because I had no sight through any token. So, and it just won't save. And then, so the other day, Bo's going to join that game for next month. I copied the game, and then it started working.
Yeah, I mean I told you something. It's not the sheet. So before anybody thinks it's the sheet,
I don't know. If I turn on like my console error log in my browser, it throws a bunch of errors. So I copied all that and sent that to them. I was like, here's the console error, because that's one thing they want you to do. I knew that. I got it. And I was like, this is what I'm using, Windows 10. This is the version of Chrome. It happens on Firefox or Chrome, so it doesn't matter. But I sent the Chrome console log. 2 weeks go by, no response whatsoever. Then I'm like, hello, 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 is anybody in there? Oh yeah, can you, I can't remember what question they asked me. They asked me something just asinine and worthless, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, yeah, here. Look at the console log. I already have it for you. This is what happens. I can't remember what they asked me. If I like rebooted or something and that fixed it. So, so I'm like, no. So, and then another week goes by and another week goes by. It's been a month, and anytime I request status from them, like every week, they're like, we're still waiting for who technical support to get back to us. I was like, well, I thought you were technical support. Who am I? Who is this? That's a first level, like, I don't know.
Got the help desk.
Yeah. So it's not good. I want to try Astral out. I haven't looked at Foundry at all, so I don't really know what that looks like.
Well, from my understanding, Foundry's still kind of in infancy. I guess say maybe not infancy, but like it's still it's probably the newest kid on the block. Astro looks like it has promise.
It looks nice.
Is,
I just couldn't understand. I was like fiddling with the character sheet, and I couldn't quite understand how it worked. But I didn't spend a lot of time, maybe an hour. If that,
when I toyed with it, it's really nice because essentially you could take any game's character sheet, put it on there, and as long as you know how to one, play the game, and two, you know how to do the scripting, right? Because there's still scripting involved, like for the dice and everything like that.
Yeah.
Don't
you just put don't you put like an image of it or a PDF, and it just like you put the things over top of the areas?
Yeah, it's similar to creating like a edible PDF or Adobe or something like that.
Yeah.
Where everywhere there's supposed to be text, you put the text box. Everywhere there's supposed to be a dice mechanic, you put the dice mechanic. And then it has a special one for stats. I mean, that's still young yet too. Like there's a lot of stuff that we could do with Roll20, for instance, that we can't do with Astral at the time. But it's supposedly it's in the pipe to improve.
Yeah, I mean, they've been posting some announcements and stuff. I don't really remember what it was, but like, it's hard when you have like 10,000 hours plus in Roll20. Now they're not all like real hours, but a lot of hours in Roll20 like I do. It's like, do I relearn all this coding and stuff and how the character sheets work and blah blah blah? I don't know.
Well, what you hope for is that there's that you don't have to change too much. Like Roll20 come through and start solving some of the problems, the issues we have. Or Astral can kind of get close enough to where it's not too much of a difference, which I believe they have, like so far with the dice reference, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is very similar, to what Roll20 script is. So, I mean, there is a different curve to it, but I feel like it's easy to learn, especially if you know how to do it in Roll20 with the macros and stuff like that. So, but I mean, ultimately, the end goal with the end goal with any tabletop thing is like what we strive for is to play all the different games, and Roll20 was the answer for that for the longest time. But somebody new comes along and they're able to improve on being able to use all those different games, make it easier. We don't have to wait for a sheet, we don't have to make a sheet, we don't have to upload it to somewhere, then wait 3 days for it to get done, for 4 days, how long it takes.
So it can take a week, depending.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, that's the streamline we want. We don't want to waste time messing around with the mechanics and the under hood stuff. We like to waste time playing games. So.
Yeah, I mean the when I did the H&H character sheet, like there's a change I need to make. I made a boo boo. And it's just like, oh god, I gotta do all this through GitHub again and get it uploaded, and it's so fucking stupid. But
yeah, I mean, it is kind of what it is. I don't know, without knowing the base about Roll20, like how many staff members they got, how many engineers they got,
Roll20 like boggles my mind on some of the stuff it does, because like you have stuff that doesn't work well, and they don't like fix it. They'll put it out, and then they'll move on to the next thing, and then it's like, hey, no, I want you to fix this part. I don't want this other thing, like the stupid slider thing that they did like 6 months ago, which broke Roll20 pretty much for everybody. I was like, I cannot navigate this screen. I don't know how to do it. I could not figure it out, and I mean, it was bad. It was like you click and pulled, did that instead of using the slider bars. It was terrible, and nobody wanted that. Nobody said they wanted that, and they did it anyway. And
Oh yeah.
it was crazy. It's like the jukebox still does not work. Hey, Rogue.
What's up, bro? Yeah, and the best part is when you gotta click and drag, and you click on the map drag, and it's like, you accidentally misclick, you click a token, you start dragging tokens. If you're on the map layer and want to do something like that, you move maps. It could cause a lot of issues, but I'm glad they came back and removed it.
Well, there was a pretty big. People were pissed. People were pissed about that one.
Rightfully so. But I mean, like I said, sometimes you gotta take good with bad, but now the new kids on the blocks are starting to pop up. I mean, like I don't even look at like.
There's a fucking time. I mean, there's Fantasy Grounds, of course.
Well, Fantasy Grounds is very nice if you're playing mainstream. If you're playing the big three, right? But even then, with the complex sheeting, where if you want to play something, you have to know how to code it all, and it's I think it's XML, I think, or something.
It is.
Let's see, and I never looked into it because I just said, why am I going to do all this just so I could play some like Traveler before Traveler was released, or something like that. So, or Game of Thrones, God forbid. But
there's a new sheet actually.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
A fixed one?
I've never even looked at it. It's going to be interesting when Sword Chronicle comes out soon. I guess it's next month, honestly. It might be sooner than that. It might be like any day. But
they're going to fix some of the issues.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll do anything about that. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. But to me, it doesn't matter. I've got something else. So.
Oh yeah, that's the key thing. Especially with that H&H, is what we need. There he is. But yeah, H&H is pretty neat to
Can't hear you, Rob.
Fill that void. Oh,
there it is.
Yeah, there he goes. We're talking about running games for GenCon. You ran a game tonight, didn't you?
I did. It went pretty well. It was a lot of fun. I just switched over to a new sheet, and I popped in and I saw that you guys were talking about, uploading sheets on Roll20 and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm dealing with that right now. We've got some updates, and we wanted to submit them, and we're getting back answers like, this sheet is rejected because of blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? This sheet was accepted. It's part of the database. It wasn't rejected. Just update it, please. And they're like 3 weeks gone by, and nobody's figured out what to do, I guess.
Well, I was talking earlier before you got on about their support and how terrible it is. That Mithra sheet is the copy works that I was talking about, but the original sheet is broke. I can't edit it. Like when you hit the edit button and you like put somebody's put the permissions and stuff, it doesn't save.
Yeah.
So you can't assign a sheet to anyone, and it's been a month, at least a month.
Yeah. Yeah. And luckily, I got a hold of somebody in the community, and he was like, "Tag this name, and you'll get somebody to look at it." And I was like, "Okay, cool, thanks." And ended up doing that, and that was the only way it really went through. Because I went through support, and they didn't seem to know what they were even talking about. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm almost done with a module, for sale on Roll20, and you're supposed to go through that support, and I'm like,
See you next year.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
fun stuff.
Well,
Fun.
if that's gonna make or break someday for some of these new kids on the block, like we were talking about, they're gonna lose. The ultimate end goal is support.
well, you got to. Here's the thing, though. You gotta think it's the whole D&D type of thing, right? They're pretty much first. They're the biggest. And it's hard to break through. You know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to say I'm just gonna go use Astral or something else because I have so much time invested in Roll20 and how to do things that are set up. I mean, I think I'm a GM of like over 100 games, and a lot of them are fully templated out to use that system, and I'll never have to do that again, right? So now I have a template file. If I ever want to play that system again, I can use that template file and just go. I have to build games like normal, but my template files, because usually what I do is I create a template file for character sheets. That's got all my macros. It's got all player macros, stuff like that. It's got all that stuff. It's got, how I want the roles to look, blah, blah, blah. And then I have like my GM side macro character. It's just a holder, but it's like, so if I want to do like give somebody damage, I have a button in my macro bar where it's like damage, click them, how much you want to give them, 5, whatever it is. There's one that just sets up tokens for me. There's one that does torches. There's one, whatever. And
Yeah.
so now I have all those games set up and ready to go. What am I going to do? Like transport them? That would take me years to do. I would never do it. So it's a pain in the ass. But
I don't know. Maybe it's COVID, low staff, you think? But even, I was thinking about like even before that.
You're a virtual company. If you
they don't have offices.
Yeah, I mean they could have an office if you're the whole thing is like their servers are their overhead and they probably rent those out, right? I mean that's what most places do.
It's AWS. I mean,
yeah. So I mean, literally everybody could be at their home office doing the same thing that they would be doing at work.
Yeah, all their data is stored on Amazon Web Services.
So I mean, really no excuse there. I mean, you would think so, but worst thing you can't do is have an office.
I mean, it had to get worse, right? It got worse probably just for COVID because they probably didn't hire anybody to increase their staff from people joining Roll20 because, as we know, most people who join Roll20 don't pay for it. So you have to deal with all these free users that are consuming your time but not giving you any money. So, yeah. That's a problem.
It's true. And that means you can't bring people on. Can't afford. You can't pay. You gotta pay what you got first.
I'm glad most of our group pays. That's good because we use it a lot, especially the big hitters, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I got a yearly subscription for like $100.
Yeah, it's if you think of how much time you use on them, or at least myself, it's like less than a penny. It's nothing,
Well, not only that,
I spent too much time on there.
It's nice to be able to do the bells and whistle what you need with a paid account.
Well, I had to there for a while because I was developing a character sheet, so that's a pro feature to do that. So when I was doing that shit, but
I mean, it's not
too much building games.
Too much building games. I haven't been building as much as I used to lately.
Yeah.
Because I've been writing more, so.
That's what I need to be doing. I spent like the past week building the GenCon games and stuff, so there was still a bunch of stuff I missed. Like, oh god.
Well, I used games. Well, the Viking game I had to build pretty much from scratch, but the Handy with the Steel game which I didn't end up running, but it was already built.
You have somebody else that
How many games did you do?
I just ended up running the one yesterday.
Oh, okay. You don't have any more though? That's it, right? It's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. It's good for me. I might run something in the EFG server next few weeks or something. But, yeah.
I just got home, back from my lovely vacation at the in-laws, and I found this in the mail.
Nice.
The companion finally came through.
Nice.
It does look beautiful, thankfully. I was like displeased in the beginning when you would order your book and it would seem like that it would come in a box and there was still space and the book could rattle around and there's like a piece of paper in there.
Yeah, your
And it was like, there's
shipping
no
receipt.
padding. Yeah. There's like no padding whatsoever. It seems like they've stepped it up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, the proofs that I've gotten lately have been packaged pretty well, so
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good.
I've been turning around and selling them on eBay.
Okay.
I mean, it's just I don't know why I do it, but whatever. I got a bunch sitting here that aren't sold yet, so. This all the same,
Yeah.
but different systems. Yeah.
Nice.
You know what you do? You start doing autographs and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
Why are you writing in my book, Dick? That's what I'd say, probably.
Garbage now.
So when I got The Witcher, so I didn't go to Gen Con that year that it got released. I think it was 2 years ago. And one of my friends lives in Indianapolis, and he went. And I was like, hey, man, could you go get me The Witcher book? I'll pay you back, whatever. He's like, yeah, sure. So he goes over there, and he's like, yeah, the guy that ran, because the year before we had went, and the guy was running like playtest games, some random dude, and I guess he was there manning their booth, and he's like, do you want me to get this guy's autograph? And I'm like, who? And he's just like, I don't know, I guess it's the guy who whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I get one autograph of one of the authors and one of the autograph in the book from the guy who just ran the game for us 2 years ago. I was like, I don't want that guy's autograph in my book. He didn't have anything. He's not an editor. He's not a playtester. He's nothing in the book whatsoever. Its name is not in the book. I'm like, why did you get this guy's autograph? I was like, all right, I guess. Whatever. Some random fucking GM.
Oh,
Wonder what he
man.
said. Like, well, you want my autograph? Okay.
Yeah, or he's like, do you want my autograph too? I'm the salesperson for this game. It was weird. I'm gonna make sure actually. Oh, it's
Probably
at the bottom of the
highlight.
stack, but yeah.
Highlight of this guy's career of running games.
Yeah.
On Gen Con.
Oh, that game
Oh, man.
was poor. It was poor. It was bad. I was playing a dwarf and I was doing my dwarvish accent as best I could, and everyone was giving me strange looks because I was doing a voice. So I stopped. I stopped doing it because I felt like an asshole. Yeah. So
Well, at least you weren't dressed
I
up.
tried. No, I wasn't dressed up, but that would have been acceptable. The funny thing is at Gen Con they have like these models that like they try to peddle these. Usually they're like miniatures or something like that, you know, and they're just smoking hot, and it's like these ladies are obviously paid to be here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, but
Booth babes.
yeah, it's like it's just very awkward. I don't know.
They had the
It was
smell.
funny. the first time at MegaCon, I went and got like free passes. Like here's your passes for your people. And I was like, oh, cool. Wow, I feel important, yeah. And so I ended up giving them out to my wife, and I was like, dress up in something, sexy post-apocalyptic chaos chick. And she did it, and got her sister and her sister's friends, and I got pictures of them. It's so great.
Yeah.
They all have like guns and
Nice.
chaos gear, and that worked. Man,
Yeah, I'm
we got
sure.
so many people
I'm sure.
coming to play the game.
Yeah.
They're
It's
walking around
not a
like,
bad move. I bet you could probably hire models. Like, if you're going to hire somebody, you probably do it for minimum wage.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So go to the bar, and
Hey.
that's what I used to do anyway. Just
More than $1.
not true, unfortunately.
You.
Yeah. You're with me, Leathers. Did you ever hear? I don't know if you ever heard that story about Chris Berman from ESPN. He's like a fat guy with a big comb over, and they said he was at a Halloween or some sort of party. I don't know, some sort of office party. He just went over to this girl that was wearing leather pants and was, Leathers, you're with me, and like took her out of there. It's a.
Oh no!
So.
Look, she was free.
Don't know, but yeah. So yeah, GenCon. Not sure. I'm real excited about running anything for GenCon again. I felt it very. I don't know. It was a bad timing for me, just coming off vacation and had a lot of BS happen. But yeah. It was fun when I got in the game, but just like the prep for it, and I was just like, I was like, oh, I want to prep for Mithras next week. I want to do that, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I want to play with B&B.
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie Bob.
I'm always like trying to. I'm like trying to keep a lookout, for like potential players.
Yeah.
It's. I rarely find anybody
You found Wanderer.
that I'm like, oh yeah, Wanderer, yeah.
I mean,
He's not worth it, really.
No.
I mean,
he's
almost got
from
banned
England.
5 times, right?
Yeah, I actually pocket banned him. I almost pocket banned Bo too. I don't know why. Like my phone goes to that. I'll pick it up and I'm like, oh crap, I don't want to hit that.
A disclaimer: if you've
I love
been
you,
banned,
Walker.
wait an hour, we'll get you back in.
Yeah, I was talking to him yesterday. I was like, yeah, I always wanted to do a Cockney accent. I can't fucking do one. I was hoping he'd be like, here's some tips. But I think that's probably below his social status as Cockney. I don't think. It's probably like, oh, gross. Talk about tea. I do that gif with tea, and he's like, that tea doesn't even have milk in it. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess my Lipton tea isn't good enough for you. Sorry.
Water.
I saw him. He posted something about. I wasn't very good with that accent, and you were like, you were doing an accent.
He was like, I'm doing a Yorkshire accent. I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, you just sounded like yourself. I don't know. I wasn't even trying. I was being serious. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was, but I had no fucking idea because I don't know. I mean, he just sounded like an English accent to me, so that's all I know.
Yeah.
Well, we're already biased with Europeans. So.
He was he was kind of like almost offended. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's not you, it's me, right?
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I should be able to do a a Norse accent better from listening to, Eternal Midnight all that time, and I was trying to do it, and I was like, I'm not very good at this. It's like, that's why I did. That's probably why Wrath was who he was, so I didn't have to do a Norse accent in that game.
Yeah. I'm not very good, and I always try to rush to find, examples on YouTube, and before every game too, and I forget what does it sound like, and I gotta rush back and try to listen to some game. For the one you're running now, the Shores.
Mm-hmm.
The Mithras game, I have to look it up every time. And I always go to Odyssey for Assassin's Creed, that game, and listen to them talk for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that one okay. I can do my Irish, Scottish okay. I do some random weird ones where I'm like talking like this, and then after I gotta mute it every 5 minutes so I can cough. It just sounds like I got COVID or something, my throat hurts so bad after those. Like Eternal Midnight when I was doing oh god, that's not even it. Can I do it again? Let's see. Yo, yeah.
Wrath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was like this, and it really hurts my throat a lot. Yeah.
I haven't heard Sim do an accent. Do you do accents, Sim?
Yeah, he does New Jersey.
All the time. Did I give you the English New Jersey? I give you the New Jersey. I give the Eastern New Jersey.
I think the first game Sim played in my game. Okay, so I was running a game. I was running a Game of Thrones game, and they were in way off in across in Gis, which is kind of like marine, from the show or the books, and so it should be like a Middle Eastern accent probably. And Sim just talking like Sim. I was like, New Jersey, Middle Eastern accent right here, this guy. So it was funny.
Yeah, what can I say? I've been there once, and I just stuck.
Yeah. Trying to think of
Hey,
other
Roll,
ones.
man, you got something coming out of the shadows at you. Watch your back.
Oh,
What are you doing awake?
this is.
He said you can't see the dark. Is that what he said?
He's like, you can just see the dark.
Oh, nice.
He came in just a minute ago, was like, clap that booty, clap that booty. See that booty clap.
And he fades back into the shadows.
Yeah. Oh, that's haunting. Nice.
I better take care of this situation.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in a bit.
See ya. Yeah, I'm just hoping mine doesn't come. I'll hear him just screaming bloody murder.
See, my daughter used to come stand in the doorway with the hallway light on. All you'd see the silhouette of messy hair and like something out of the ring.
Yeah.
Used to scare the shit out of me. She'd get close sometimes before I'd wake up.
A lot of times I'll have my headset on when I'm working, and Hartley will come down and he'll just like stand over my shoulder, and I go, "Oh shit!" And he's like, "Dad, why did Darth Sidious?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!" Now that he's the last 2 months he's into Star Wars, he asks me every day probably 20 questions. Dad, okay. Why did Darth Sidious shoot lightning at Luke? How did Darth Vader kill him with one hand? I was like, that's a good question. How did he pick him up with one hand and throw him? That's an excellent question. Just random shit, but it's funny.
And you gotta be the encyclopedia for that.
Oh God, I wished I was Bo. It's like It's like, okay. He's got these, so he got a couple of new lightsabers, and they come with this thing. I've been playing with it. It looks kind of like a vibrator, but it's not. It actually will connect two lightsabers together on each side, and they lock in, so they become like Darth Maul lightsabers. It's pretty fucking cool, actually.
It is badass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I had them when I was younger. I'd be going around causing all sorts of issues, like broken things.
Yeah, Dad, let's battle. I was like, oh fuck, and I go out there and he just creams my hands, man. He comes at. You have to actually pay attention because he's coming fast. It's like.
Give me the light taps on him.
Yeah, I just tap him on the head. He's like jump swings and swinging at my legs. It's hard to block those because he's quite a bit shorter, so it gets you in the ankles.
It's alright. As long as you guard from the knee up, you're good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He hasn't gotten me in the nuts. He just kicks me in the nuts every night when I'm asleep. He takes care of that. So.
Kind of limited competition. That's all.
Yeah. No. Whack! Oh.
No more brothers. No more sisters.
No, it's too late, unfortunately. Or sorry. Not, unfortunately. Gotta watch what I say. So.
Yeah, that's alright. I mean,
sorry, kid, if you ever watch this, I love you too.
Yeah, second born.
Yeah, I love you just as much as everybody else. I promise you.
Well, you know what they used to call them back in the day was just replacements.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had them to replace the one.
Yeah, I'm so tired now. I can't even imagine. It's gonna be. That's why I'm not like this time. I would already be like starting a new campaign. I'd be living life. It'd be great. I'd be figuring out what I wanted to run. I don't know what it would be, but finishing up Mithras and one shots from there on out until probably next year. So
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be back around before next year. So.
Yeah, you better. You better. But
be a pain in the ass, but should go smoothly and quickly.
Cool. Let's see.
So next year you're gonna do in-person GenCon games. Is that something you're looking forward to?
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hire GMs probably. I'm serious.
Make it rain.
Yeah, I mean, if I do it, I don't have the temperament for it. I don't think. I think it's just kind of you gotta realize your strengths and your weaknesses, and just running games for people I don't know at all.
And you don't know what you're gonna get out of them and what you can play them for.
I mean, I play and run games to have fun, and although the other day was good, it was pretty good. It's just like the B&B mentality. That's how I like to play games. That's why we do this the way. That's why everybody's here. That's here. That's it wasn't just by chance that's what I wanted to happen. And so that's who we play with, is people who play games like me. So when I don't have a control of that, that's tough. And it's not like it's anybody's fault that they play a game differently than I play it, but I just don't have fun in those situations. So if I'm not running games to have fun,
there's no point.
It's more like work. I don't like work.
No, exactly.
I don't like work, right? And I don't want this to turn into work. So
no, it's always supposed to be a release, a new perspective and everything. So I mean, you always have those role players where they roll the dice, and you have those role players where they like to talk. Sometimes you get a good mix of the two. Sometimes it's too much to the one side. I don't think you get too much to the other, but right. I mean,
I think you
it,
can. I think you can. I think like somebody like Zypher's a pretty good example of that.
yeah.
Zypher was a good role player, very good role player, but he had no interest in the game part of role playing games at all, and so that caused issues because he spent no time really even as a GM figuring out what was going on. I mean, he did to some degree, but I mean, as a player, he had no idea what he was doing in any game, really. He's just smart enough that he kind of faked it while he was going on. It fucked up games, right? When he joined Darren's Shadow of the Demon Lord game real late, it fucked up the game because we had this big encounter with this wizard, and we were trying to trick him to poison him, and that didn't work. So we ended up having to fight him, and it was the four of us against him, but this guy had like a medallion with like a demon in it, and he broke it, and the demon was out, and it was just he was on fire, the demon, and Zypher ran right up to him, and when he ran up to him, the fire from the demon killed him. I mean, he was like our cleric type of guy, right? And so then he didn't have him because he was down real quick. So we got fucked. But yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, he became the noble suicide character player, right?
Yeah, he did.
Every one of his characters had to die nobly as a suicidal death or some sort. I don't think I've ever played a game with him that one of his characters did not try to do that of some sort. Which, that's fine if you want to play the White Knight,
Yeah, I mean, he even did that in like Seeds of Rage. So,
yeah, he did.
Which is kind of weird. Yeah.
Well, it's fine by me because it kept Hayden alive because everybody was trying to kill him. Poor Hayden.
Yeah, poor Hayden. We will get back to that next year. We will do that. We will do that as soon as the mental stuff is written for H&H, and that should be cool. So.
Yeah, it would be nice to kind of use that system. Hopefully I could build them kind of similar.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll let you guys do a point. We'll do the point build instead of the random build, and I'll give you XP as well. So you should be able to build them pretty much exactly the same. Even though like that, I mean, the Abandon All Hope system, there's really nothing to it. Not really.
No, it was surprisingly simple, right?
Oh, it's very
simple.
Yeah,
I was expecting a little bit, a little bit more complication from it, but it's like it was kind of nice in a way too because you knew it's like you didn't have to worry about it being clunky either.
The cool part about it was like you roll for like what your how long you've been an inmate. And that actually kind of affects your stats a little bit, which is kind of cool, right? So.
No, I mean it was a good life. I guess you call it life path in a way, but
yeah,
it was a unique way of doing it. You get your random prisoner number, and it was pretty sweet, right? I honestly like that. I enjoyed the system, but it seems like hardwired into what it was.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like it doesn't seem like
you couldn't use it for anything else. Oh yeah, that guy has he has another game called Darwin's World, maybe something like that. I don't know that he produces games anymore. I kind of don't think he does.
Yeah, I mean, either burn out or just not as successful as you'd hope.
I mean, people get sick of it when you're not making that much money. Then get out. I mean, I can understand that. Um,
Well, you think about it, you get into it for a certain reason, right? And if that reason, like the reason why you did it is probably a lot different than why he would, you know.
yeah, I mean, I certainly didn't do it because I thought I was going to get rich. I've taken $0 out to do anything besides just kind of dump it back in more to build more games. Eventually, hopefully, it becomes where, sure, I can have some extra money from that, and mostly what I want to do with it is actually pay people, writers and editors and artists to produce these games so I can help, generate income for them. That is my main goal, honestly. Um, and I want to see H&H do well and that kind of thing. But as far as a monetary type of thing, that's really what I kind of look forward to more than me having a little extra money on the side. I guess I don't know. It's because it's not. I mean, what I'm making per month is not that much, right? I mean, so.
Truly, it's for the love of the game. I would think from my observation is where you're trying to fill a hole that's there with some of these systems because you don't really get one that plays the middle, right? It either goes to extreme where you're playing the Dungeons and Dragons, or you're going too light where it's like, yeah, you just it's a very complex system. But
I don't know. I mean, it's just. I just had basically the concept of Heroes and Hardships came because I disliked the first tenet of Heroes and Hardships is there's no hit points like in combat. That's it. There's none. That was there. I had to figure out a way. How is there going to be no hit points? How is there going to be nothing like that? And that's just different, right? Because you don't see many systems that don't have hit points at all. I can't even think of any, honestly, off the top of my head.
Yeah. A lot try to improvise by adding new things to it, but in the bottom line, there was always a hit points with them.
Is there a pool, of numbers that you whittle down as you're injured? And the answer is most of them, have that. So, yeah. So there's no hit points. That was the first thing. I was like, absolutely no hit points. It has to be pretty deadly. You have to be able to be killed if you do something stupid. At the same time, I didn't want it to be where you would just be killed automatically a lot. Right. So, for instance, when you're on this fighting, yeah, you can get killed in one hit. It can happen, but in a situation, especially a melee situation, it's hard to do because you're going to be able to defend. Even in a range situation, it's hard to do unless they are really close. Then you can get killed. But even that's hard. But it can happen, nice. Certainly.
Well, it's very nice. Like how many times have I seen people go down in like D&D, for instance, and it's just like, oh damn, that would really mess somebody up, and it's like, oh no, they're just fine. Or even Genesis, for instance. Genesis is another one that's very hard to die in. And one thing it does have that I like, it has a system where you're getting wounds. Like if you do get hit hard,
yeah, the critical system.
Yeah. And it's lingering. Like to me, it's like, yeah, if you're playing a guy and he gets his arm cut off, it doesn't magically grow back, right?
Yeah.
Or if he gets an elbow broken, guess what?
I mean, I don't know, man. Star Wars, it's pretty easy to get fucked up in that game. I've played less Genesis, but Star Wars, hard. It's pretty easy to get fucked up. You can get, like, I can, with a mob or a minion group, whatever they're called in Genesis, of stormtroopers, I can fuck somebody up pretty easy.
You can, but the problem is, too, at that point, when you go down, you got to roll off that table, and the table starts off low, and the nice thing about it, it does build up, so you get the penalty as you roll.
Well, that's critical. So I'm just talking about hit points, right? Because you're only going to have like, let's say 15 hit points if you're pretty tanky, right? Because it's usually whatever your racial thing is plus your brawn. So you got that. So let's say it's 15. That's pretty good. And let's say you have 5 soak. That's 20, right? Okay. So I can easily get a blaster rifle does like 9, and then if you roll 5 successes, that's 14. It's 9. If you take the soak, that's almost half all your hit points in one hit. And that's a really beefy character, right?
Yeah, so we've seen it get done with in the last game we played, right?
Well, you guys got hit pretty good, yeah. I mean, nobody died, but
no, I'm sure there was a moment where you're thinking like, is this a death strokes or is this going to be capturing, right?
Yeah, I was worried that I had it set up a little too hard because I had like those death troopers, and I think there was 2 of them. There was 2 of them, and then like 2 jetpack troopers or something.
Yeah.
So, but those I like games that there's no like, okay, if you're this CR, then you have these, or if you're this level, then you have these enemies that you can. It makes it easier to balance encounters, but it's not always as fun, right? Yeah, so I'm just kind of, okay, I guess this is good. I don't know. I mean, they fucking fought a Rancor.
Yeah, that was the talking point of that game too.
They fought a Rancor. Not that game, not that session, but an earlier session.
Yeah. Well, it was continuing, so it became something that my character became aware of. You have this two pretty good people in there that fought a Rancor. Adds a little bit of legendary status to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good though. It's yeah, because the thing almost hit Bo, and somehow it didn't. And then Matt jumped on its head, and then stabbed it, I think, through the head. I don't remember, but yeah, something like that. Because she has like enhanced leap or whatever. So.
Yeah, the Dragoon from Final Fantasy II from Super Nintendo. That's all I kept thinking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean I'm like I said, I'm familiar from when I played with Genesis, like Star Wars and stuff. But like, I know like with it, you need to get like 140 or 150 in the crit, and or your weapons have to have vicious and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a very nice system. I do like it. I do like playing it. Narrative dice is alright. Pretty good for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's no dice pool. It's no kept dice. It's no exploding dice. But for what it is, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it just fine. That's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't understand people that like get all butthurt about it. Like, I gotta buy new dice. What? Like, dude, that's a D8. That's a D12. Just I was like, if you want to like convert it, if you really don't want to pay the $5 for the dice on eBay secondhand, I don't know. I mean,
most people have a collection of dice, multicolored. Pick ones to do what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got green ones, I got white ones, I got red ones. And I've only played like 3 games in person, but I have them.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
I have like 100 D10s. I have like 100 D10s after like H&H. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this con. I'm gonna run these. So I got to get all these different colored D10s so I can give. Here's your D10s. Here's your D10s. Here's your Yeah, it's like.
No. Now you gotta. Yeah, that's what you could do.
Use them once, I think.
Package them with those proofs that you got that you saw on eBay, collector's edition. I mean, it's gotta be rough because like you invested in getting ready on doing live person games, and then COVID happens, and it's just like,
yeah.
I mean, granted, it's probably not a huge investment.
Oh, money wise, no. I mean, $20 for the dice, and I got those peg things like that have the numbers so I can track AP, like wooden discs is what they are, and tape. It didn't cost that much money. I'll still use those in my home games when they start happening again, and I'll keep the testing stuff. And we were gonna run a game where everybody was wizards. So I was like, oh fuck, I gotta finish all the magic stuff. And so, with the spike coming again, I was like, yeah, well, okay, we're not gonna do that right now, but everybody's gonna be wizards. So I was like, great.
It could be some fun.
Oh, it would be fun until they killed themselves, but
it reminds me of something I played years ago. It was with one of the groups, and basically the guy selling magic wands in the middle of town. Nobody knew what it did, and you started off by going over there and you try them out. And next thing you know, you just let the players build the story by using these wands. They roll on the table, so you get around, you roll on the table, whatever that it showed up on the table is what that wand did. So when you'd roll, he'd know what it did. So when you used it, right, whatever it did, it would just happen. So you had no idea, right? So it turned it's hilarity exude. It's kind of like I can see it something like that, just them messing around, trying to be better, trying to because wizards are cocky.
Yeah,
should be at least.
Yeah, well. It would have been interesting. I had no idea what I was going to do. I was just like, oh, they are going to play wizards. Okay. I was going to do something like, oh, you're from the same wizard school, and I don't know. It would have depended on how they made their characters and all that stuff, but yeah. All right, well, I think it's probably time to shut her down. I'm getting tired, so.
Yeah, we're getting late.
Yep. All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks, Sim, and everybody for being here. I'm going to stop the stream. Also, so if you're watching this, you're catching it, just keep watching our games. We come out with close to 20 a month. Like and subscribe. Do us a favor. Hit the bell too to get notified when we do release games. It's almost every day. There was a space there like a week ago where we went almost a week because I was just out of town, but mostly we'll get them out to you guys and you can see what we're playing. We like to play different games, so you'll see different kind of systems from us. You won't see the same thing over and over and over again. You'll see D&D, but mostly you'll see different stuff. So not the obvious stuff. I guess we do have Call of Cthulhu too, which is pretty popular, but it's all good. You'll see some interesting stuff regardless. If you have any questions for us, join our Discord, which is linked off our YouTube page. You can get in contact with us there. Sim, you got anything else?
That I don't.
All right. Well, then we're out. Thanks, everybody.